West Hollywood brings awareness to the transgender community. WehoTV News is next. Welcome to WehoTV News. I'm Larry Carroll. City of West Hollywood and the West Hollywood Transgender Advisory Board hosted the 2013 Transgender Day of Remembrance. The Transgender Day of Remembrance is held each year to memorialize those who have lost their lives because of anti-transgender hatred and prejudice. There were 13 reported murders of transgender people in the United States in the last 12 months. 2 of them occurred in Southern California.
We have come far, but we have far to go. This year, 238 transgender people were killed in the world. 238 lives snuffed out just because they showed up as who they are. And we are here tonight, so we as a community say that is intolerable. We do not accept it. We stand together for justice and human rights and acceptance.
For more information about the Transgender Day of Remembrance, you can visit weho.org or contact Bonnie Smith at the West Hollywood Public Safety Department. Bonnie can be reached at 323-848-6371. Every year, the Human Rights Campaign publishes the Municipal Equality Index. It's a nationwide evaluation of municipal laws affecting the LGBT community of 291 cities. It examines the laws, policies, and services of municipalities from every state in the country and rates them on the basis of their inclusivity of LGBT people and living and working in those cities. Well, it's not surprising, but the City of West Hollywood recently scored an impressive 100 out of 100, placing us among the top-rated municipalities in the nation. We want to thank the Human Rights Campaign for recognizing West Hollywood's long history of leadership and commitment to the LGBT community. For more information, you can visit weho.org or contact the West Hollywood Public Information Office at 323-848-6431. The hard work of getting aid to survivors of the devastating Typhoon Haiyan continues in the Philippines, where an estimated 4 million people are left homeless or displaced. West Hollywood resident Josh Morgerman was in the Philippines during the typhoon and was honored recently for his continued relief efforts.
We have a special presentation because one of our members of our community did a lot, and that's Josh Morgerman. Many of you know Josh from the work he's done with us on the city pickup and other things, but Josh was actually in the Philippines during this storm, and he is a true hero. As the devastation grew and efforts were made to save lives, Josh acted quickly and he assisted a number of people in reaching out for folks. One of his crew members was injured in the release efforts and is now receiving treatment, but Josh was there. He's safe, but he did an amazing amount of rescue work while he was there.
It was a truly horrifying event to witness, but I'm glad that my firsthand knowledge of it is allowing me to come back home and convey this sort of the scale of this catastrophe. When the typhoon passed and I stepped outside of my hotel, I was literally shocked by what I saw. I was in Tacloban City, which you guys have seen on the news. Whole city blocks that I'd been walking around in just 2 hours before had been reduced to just fields of rubble, dead bodies in the streets, buildings burning with no one to put them out. People hungry and thirsty, hospitals overflowing with critically injured. I mean, it was really apocalyptic. It was like a nuke had been dropped, and I can't adequately convey in words the scale of it, but what I will say is that it's absolutely beyond the ability of the Philippines to deal with alone. They need the help of wealthy friends, so they need our help. This is absolutely urgent. People are dying from treatable injuries because they don't even have just simple medical supplies like antibiotics. So
the City of West Hollywood extends its condolences to all affected by Typhoon Haiyan and is encouraging residents to help those in need by donating to Operation USA and the American Red Cross. You can find more information at weho.org, redcross.org, and OPUSA. That's OperationUSA.org. We can also help those in need who are closer to home. The City of West Hollywood is sponsoring a food drive for the SOVA Community Food and Resources Program throughout November and December. City encourages the public to bring non-perishable food items, toiletries, and new or slightly used children's books to City Hall. All donations will help the SOVA Community Food and Resource Program, the program of Jewish Family Service. For more information, please visit jfsla.org/SOVA or call West Hollywood Social Services at 323-848-6510. The holiday season is here, and to most of us it's a time of giving, but unfortunately to a few it's a time for taking. West Hollywood Public Safety Department would like to remind you to be mindful of those looking to steal holiday purchases out of vehicles. If you must keep anything valuable in your car, make sure it's covered up or tucked away, and keep your doors locked. Overall, crime is down in the city, but crimes of opportunity increase during the holiday season. For more information, you can visit WehoTV.org or contact the West Hollywood Public Safety Department at 323-848-6371. WehoTV News is going to be right back after this short break. Don't go away.
West Hollywood has begun a public outreach process to develop community-generated vision concepts for potential future uses of the city-owned property at 1343 North Laurel Avenue. The purpose of the community visioning process is to provide West Hollywood residents and stakeholders with an opportunity to learn about the property and how it might best support local needs. To learn more about this process and the history of the property, to sign up for email updates, and to participate in the online activities, log on to www.1343inlaurelave.org. That's www.1343, the letter N, laurelave.org.
The city of West Hollywood has installed new rectangular rapid flashing beacons at key crosswalks. This beacon is at Crescent Heights and Norton Avenue. The other two are on Santa Monica Boulevard, one at Westmount and the other at Orange Grove. About 60,000 vehicles go through this part of Santa Monica Boulevard every day, and we wanted to help make it safer for pedestrians. So when you want to cross the street, you simply push the button and those flashing lights will let the drivers know you're there. Now, remember, these are not stop signals, so as you've been told all of your life, always look both ways before you cross the street. Welcome back to WehoTV News. I'm Larry Carroll. Well, believe it or not, the holidays are right around the corner, and in observance of the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, please take note of this. City Hall is going to be closed Thanksgiving Day. That's Thursday, November 28th and Friday, November 29th, and there'll be no trash collection on the 28th, so check weho.org for a full schedule on that. Sunday, December 1st, is World AIDS Day, and the city of West Hollywood will once again sponsor AIDS Watch, an electronic televised memorial. For 24 hours, beginning at midnight, WehoTV will display the names of thousands of people who have died of AIDS. You are invited to contribute names to AIDS Watch by visiting aidswatch.org. And West Hollywood is the creative city, and our arts and cultural events are in full swing. Stop by the West Hollywood Library to enjoy a rare exhibit of works by Clive Barker, well-known master of horror movies and children and youth literature and illustrations. This exhibit will be on view through January of 2014. And near the library on San Vicente Boulevard, you will find Doggy Dog, an homage to Giacometti by artist Sipi Mani. And on Santa Monica Median near Doheny is one of our newest art on the outside installations, Abandoned Relics by artist Gustavo Godoy.
It's kind of a continuation of a general theme in my work where I really want to recognize the idea of objects in the landscape. I often take note of oil derricks and different structures that are possibly being demolished and things like that. And so it's those kind of objects that they remind me of formal sculptural objects, and that becomes kind of a starting point for me. They're kind of abandoned in a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek way that I've left them out here. I've left them out here almost like my children. If I left them on the median here in town, they would probably feel kind of abandoned. And they're a part of me. So it's interesting to kind of know that they live their life out here on their own.
And the West Hollywood Arts and Cultural Affairs Commission is offering an ongoing free opportunity for artists to display their artwork on the digital billboard on Sunset Strip. And that's a prime location where your art can be seen by tens of thousands of people every day. So for more information on how to submit your art or about other art projects in West Hollywood, you can visit Weho Arts, that is weho.org/arts, or contact West Hollywood Cultural Affairs Administrator Andrew Campbell. Andrew can be reached at 323-848-6883. City of West Hollywood, along with the Los Angeles Centers for Alcohol and Drug Abuse, is presenting Men on Film: How Media Depictions of Black MSM Impact HIV Infection Rates. The panel discussion will explore the role film, television, rap music, and other forms of popular media play in the construction and maintenance of social and cultural attitudes toward Black MSM and how those attitudes may influence behaviors that can lead to HIV infection. The free event, which includes a luncheon, is on Tuesday, December 3rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the West Hollywood City Council chambers and can be seen live right here on WehoTV. For more information and to RSVP, visit weho.org. Contact Charles McWells at 323-461-3161, his extension 3818. City of West Hollywood, in conjunction with the Wind Museum, are presenting a preview screening of the documentary From Red State to Golden State: Soviet Jewish Immigration to the City of Angels, an Oral History. That documentary follows several Jewish families who left the former Soviet Union to settle in Los Angeles during the 1970s and 80s. The Wind Museum commissioned and produced this film as part of the California Council for the Humanities California Story Fund grant. The free screening is on Saturday, December 7th, starting at 4 p.m. in the West Hollywood Council chambers. Validated free parking going to be available in the 5-story public parking structure. For more information, you can visit weho.org or contact West Hollywood Cultural Affairs Administrator Andrew Campbell. Once again, and Andrew's number, if you didn't write it down the first time, is 323-848-6883. City of West Hollywood, along with the West Hollywood Library Foundation, is presenting 2020 Visioning the Past and Future of AIDS Prevention and Care. It's a panel discussion. It's going to focus on elder and youth HIV prevention, looking at what history has taught us and what we can learn going forward. 2020 Visioning the Past and Future of AIDS Prevention and Care is on Wednesday, December 11th, starting at 6 p.m. in the West Hollywood Council chambers and can be seen live right here on WehoTV. For more information, you can visit weho.org or contact the West Hollywood Public Information Office at 323-848-6431. City of West Hollywood and the Unity in Diversity Arts Foundation presented Hummingbird, the 6th annual International Music Competition for Young Performers. For more information, you can visit weho.org or contact West Hollywood Russian Community Outreach Coordinator Tatiana Rodzanek. Tatiana can be reached at 323-848-6826. Well, that's it for this edition of WehoTV News. For more information about the stories you've seen here, you can always go to our award-winning website, weho.org. And for the latest about what's happening on WehoTV, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll leave you with more from Hummingbird, the 6th Annual International Music Competition for Young Performers. I'm Larry Carroll. Thanks for watching.